Hey, beautiful. I'm so glad you're here. Seriously, take a second and appreciate that you've paused everything else in your day for a moment like this, because that says something really powerful about you. It says you care about connection. You're not just here for surface level advice. You want depth. You want that spark, that moment where everything feels electric, unforgettable, magnetic. And today we're talking about one of the most powerful little moments in romance that can change everything: a kiss. But not just any kiss. I mean, the kind of kiss that stops time, the kind that makes him feel weak in the knees, the kind that gives him that rush in his chest, makes him question if he's dreaming, and leaves him wondering how he got so lucky. Yeah, that kiss. You want to give a guy butterflies while kissing him? You absolutely can. And guess what? It's not about having the perfect pout or some secret move you read in a magazine. It's about how you show up in the moment. It's about the emotional energy you bring. It's about the build-up, the confidence, the softness, and the beautiful unpredictability of your presence. When we talk about butterflies, we're not talking about tricks. We're talking about tapping into that deeply human, deeply romantic part of someone that feels alive in your presence. You don't need to overthink it. You don't need to perform, but you do need to understand how to use your energy, your eye contact, your timing, and your touch in a way that makes the kiss feel like a spark and not just a step. So in this talk, I'm going to walk you through 5 powerful principles, real things you can do that will make your kisses linger in his mind long after your lips part. Whether it's a first kiss or one of many, this is how you create chemistry he can't shake. Are you ready? Let's dive in. If you want to give a man butterflies when you kiss him, the truth is, it doesn't begin with your lips. It begins long before that moment even happens. The magic isn't in the kiss itself. The magic is in the build-up. It's in the emotional tension, the mental foreplay, the atmosphere you create before that kiss ever lands. This is where most people get it wrong. They think the kiss is where the spark ignites, when in reality, the kiss is simply the moment the spark catches fire. What truly makes a kiss unforgettable is everything that leads up to it. It's the glances, it's the pauses in conversation, it's the moment when you both feel that shift in energy, where your hearts are leaning in before your bodies do. Now imagine this. You're on a date with someone you're really into. You've both been laughing, connecting, teasing. There's that slight brush of your hand against his, that look he gives you when you smile, that quick glance at your lips. Every moment is building. Every interaction is a layer of tension being carefully stacked, like pieces of kindling before you light a flame. That's the build-up. And when you understand this moment, when you master how to hold it rather than rush past it, you create butterflies before your lips ever meet. See, what gives a man butterflies isn't a kiss he sees coming. It's a kiss that sneaks up on his soul. It's when he realizes halfway through that he didn't just want this kiss, he needed it. And that realization doesn't come from what your mouth does in the moment. It comes from how present and intentional you were leading up to it. It's the teasing tension in your energy. It's the feeling that you're both tiptoeing on the edge of something electric and that he doesn't quite know when or how you'll let it unfold. And here's the sexy truth. Confidence is magnetic, but anticipation is intoxicating. The best kind of build-up comes from a woman who knows her power, who isn't rushing the moment because she's secure enough to enjoy the space before it. She's not kissing him to fill silence or to prove something. She's kissing him because the silence became so charged with chemistry that it demanded something more. You can give him butterflies with a look. You can give him butterflies by holding eye contact 1 second longer than necessary. You can do with a barely there smile, with the way you tilt your head or the way you lean in, just enough for him to wonder if the kiss is coming now or if he'll have to wait. That's when you've already got him hooked. That's when his pulse starts to quicken, his thoughts slow down, and he begins living in the moment with you completely. We've all felt it before, those seconds before a kiss where you could cut the tension with a knife, where neither person is saying anything, but everything is being communicated. That's the gold. That's where the butterflies come to life. And if you want to master this, it's not about putting on a performance. It's about being incredibly present, being aware of your energy, the rhythm of your breathing, the tempo of your connection, and letting it all simmer without trying to control it. So yes, the kiss is important, but the build-up, That's where the real magic happens. And then when you learn how to make the air between you charged with possibility, how to make a man feel like something unforgettable is about to happen, you've already made him feel the butterflies before your lips even touch. Confidence is sexy, no doubt about it. But if you really want to give a man butterflies, if you want that kiss to haunt him in the best possible way, it's not just about being confident. It's about weaving that confidence with just enough mystery to make him lean in further. Because while confidence says, I know what I want, mystery says, but you'll have to earn it. Let's be honest, in dating today, we're flooded with advice that tells women to be bold, to take the lead, to show up strong. And there's power in that, no question. But there's also an undeniable magic in not giving everything away at once. That doesn't mean playing games. It means creating space for curiosity. It means allowing someone to feel the excitement of discovery. And in the context of kissing, it means making the moment feel earned, not expected. Picture this. You're close to him. You're smiling, your energy is playful, your body language says you're open, but there's a moment where you pull back slightly. Not far, not coldly, but just enough to make him wonder, wait, is she going to kiss me? That moment right there, that's what sends shivers down his spine. Not the kiss itself, but the anticipation of it. That moment of suspended possibility that makes his brain light up with desire. Mystery keeps him present. It makes the experience feel dynamic. A kiss is so much more powerful when it's part of a dance rather than a declaration, when it's not rushed, not scheduled, not telegraphed, and when you balance your confidence with just enough restraint, you create a magnetic push-pull that keeps him utterly captivated. Now, let's go deeper, because this isn't about being aloof or emotionally distant. It's about emotional intelligence. It's about knowing that holding back doesn't make you less available. It makes you more intentional. It shows that you're tuned in, that you're reading the room, reading his body language, his tone, the way his eyes linger on you. And then instead of reacting immediately, you respond with precision. You guide the moment instead of rushing to complete it. This is how men fall. Not for the woman who always says yes quickly, but for the woman who makes every yes feel meaningful. And when it comes to kissing, when he finally does lean in because you gave him space to want to, you meet him with a kiss that's not just lips on lips, but energy meeting energy, emotion meeting anticipation. He'll feel that. Trust me, he'll feel all of that. And that kiss, it won't just be hot. It'll be emotionally charged. It'll feel like a privilege. And the moment you pull back, slowly, subtly, with a little grin that says, you like that, didn't you? You leave him breathless. Because here's what most women don't realize. Guys don't want predictable. They want to feel something. And mystery, when paired with warmth and presence, is one of the most emotionally stimulating things you can offer. It makes him wonder, what's she thinking? What does that look mean? When will I get to kiss her again? And that wondering, that curiosity is where attraction deepens. That's where butterflies live. So yes, walk in with confidence, own your space, your presence, your worth. Don't be afraid to let mystery be part of your magic. Let him work a little to get closer. Let him guess what's coming next. Because when you keep him wondering, you keep him wanting. And that's exactly what turns a simple kiss into an unforgettable experience. There's something unbelievably powerful about eye contact, especially in a moment that's building toward a kiss. If you want to give a man butterflies, don't underestimate how much your eyes can say before a single word or kiss is ever exchanged. When you lock eyes with someone, you're doing something incredibly intimate. You're not just looking at them, you're letting them in. You're saying, I see you, I'm here, I'm feeling this. And when done right, that kind of eye contact can stop a man in his track. It can make his heart skip, his thoughts slow down, and suddenly he's fully present with you. No distractions, just two people sharing a moment that feels electric. What makes this kind of eye contact different from a casual glance is the intention behind it. You're not just looking at him, you're engaging him. You're inviting him to lean in emotionally. It's soft, it's subtle, it's a little playful, a little challenging, and completely irresistible. And when your eyes lock with his and you hold that moment just a beat longer than usual, that's when the butterflies start to flutter in his chest. That's when he realizes, she sees me and I feel seen. Here's the thing most people don't realize. Kissing is as much about energy as it is about physical touch. The moment leading up to the kiss, when you're just inches apart, your lips not even touching yet, your breath syncing with his, your eyes are doing all the talking. They're telling him you're connected, that you're comfortable, that you're confident. And then when you slowly glance down at his lips, just for a moment, and then back up at his eyes, you send a signal that hits him like a wave. You've just told him without saying a single word, and I'm thinking about kissing you. And that simple look, that's enough to light his entire body on fire. But here's the secret. Eye contact isn't about being intense. It's about being in the moment. If you're overthinking it, he'll feel that. If you're trying too hard to look sexy, you'll miss the magic. But if you let yourself feel what you're feeling, if you genuinely enjoy looking at him, his smile, his expression, the little things about his face that you're drawn to, your eyes will reflect that. And that authenticity, that's what gives him butterflies, because it's real, it's raw, it's rare. You can make a kiss unforgettable by saying everything with your eyes before your lips ever move, that lingering glance before you lean in, that soft smile when you pull back, that slight narrowing of your gaze that says, I'm here with you. I'm all in this moment. It creates a deep emotional connection and it makes him feel like the kiss matters. And let's not forget the playful side of eye contact, the flirtation, the way you can give him a teasing look across the table or glance at his mouth mid-conversation just to watch his breath hitch. The moment when you look away with a shy smile and then slowly bring your eyes back to his. That's not just flirtation. That's seduction in its purest form. It's emotional, it's exciting, it makes him feel wanted, but also keeps him guessing. That's what creates the kind of tension that makes a kiss explode with meaning. So if you want to give a guy butterflies, don't rush to the kiss. Lock eyes with him. Let the silence speak. Let the moment stretch just a little longer than it's supposed to. Because when your eyes speak first, the kiss that follows doesn't just feel good, it feels like connection. It feels like electricity. And that's something he won't forget. Let's talk about one of the most underrated ways to give a guy butterflies, the power of your hands. Yes, your hands. Where they go, how they move, what kind of contact you initiate. All of it plays into creating a kiss that isn't just physical, but emotional and unforgettable. Because when you touch someone in a way that feels intentional, controlled, and warm, it sends a message straight to their nervous system. I feel something with you. Most people think kissing is just about what happens from the neck up, but that's only part of the equation. What takes it from ordinary to spine tingling is what your whole body does. And your hands are one of the most emotionally expressive tools you have. Think about it. Before the kiss even happens, you might brush something off his shoulder or playfully tug on his sleeve or rest your fingers lightly on his forearm as you laugh. These aren't random gestures. These are touch points that say, I'm comfortable, I'm playful, I feel connected to you. And the beautiful thing is he feels it, just physically, but emotionally. A subtle, light touch can be more powerful than grabbing someone because it hints at affection while still leaving him wanting more. Now, fast forward to that moment where the kiss is just about to happen. If you want to give him butterflies, this is where your hands become your secret weapon. You might rest them gently on his chest, just enough for him to feel your presence, or slide them around the back of his neck, fingers brushing through his hair in the lightest way. You can trail them slowly down his arm, or play with the edge of his shirt. These are little moves, yes, but they spark big reactions. Why? Because he's not just registering the kiss, he's feeling the intention behind it. You're not just showing him you're attracted, you're showing him you're present, you're connected. You're feeling something in this moment and you're allowing your body to express it without words. There's also something incredibly sexy about the way a woman guides a moment through touch. When you take the initiative, not aggressively, but confidently, it creates an emotional shift. A light pull towards you, a soft touch on the jaw, even the way you trace your thumb along his face while looking into his eyes. It's hypnotic. It makes him feel like the rest of the world just disappeared, like he's right where he wants to be in this small, perfect bubble you just created with nothing more than your presence and your touch. And it's not just about during the kiss. It's the after. 2, how you pull away, whether your fingers linger on his arm for a second longer, whether you brush your hand across his chest with a cheeky smile. These little details, they make the difference between a kiss he forgets by next week and one he replays in his head long after you've said goodnight. Because here's the truth, most kisses are physical, but the best kisses are multi-sensory. They engage the heart, the mind, and yes, the skin. They don't just say, I like you. They say, I'm here, I'm in this, and I'm feeling something real. And when you use your hands with confidence, with care, and with intention, you create a moment that's not only intimate, but deeply memorable. So don't underestimate those subtle touches. Don't be afraid to use your hands to express what words can't quite say, because sometimes it's the lightest touch that sends the deepest shiver. And that's what gives him butterflies he'll never forget. There's something that makes all the difference when you're kissing someone, and that's emotional presence. It might sound simple, but trust me, it's anything but. In fact, this is where most people mess up, because they're so in their heads, trying to perform or impress, they forget to just be there. And I'll tell you something, presence is powerful, it's magnetic, it's rare, and it's one of the most irresistible things you can offer a man, especially in an intimate moment like a kiss. When you're truly present in a kiss, you're not thinking about how you look or what's going to happen next or whether you're doing it right. You're not analyzing the moment, you're feeling it. You're connected to your body, your breath, your emotions. And more importantly, to him, you're not just sharing a kiss, you're sharing yourself. That's what makes it memorable. That's what gives him butterflies. See, men can sense when a woman is in her head. It's like a wall. You can be physically close, but still emotionally distant. And no amount of lip movement, hand placement, or perfect posture is going to change that. But the moment you drop into the moment, when you stop trying to impress and just feel, that's when the kiss comes alive. That's when time slows down and everything else melts away. You don't have to say a word. Your energy says it all. You're telling him, I'm here, I'm with you, and I'm enjoying this. And that gives him permission to do the same. It relaxes him. It draws him in. It makes him feel not just turned on, but safe, connected, and completely immersed in you. Presence also means being tuned into the energy of the moment. Sometimes it's soft and slow, filled with anticipation and subtlety. Other times it's passionate and bold, full of hunger and intensity. But you don't force that energy, you feel it, you follow it, you let the kiss build naturally, responding to the cues, the breathing, the pauses, the shifts. It becomes a dance, not a routine. This is what separates a good kiss from a devastatingly good one. It's the difference between a kiss that feels like chemistry and one that feels like connection. The former is fun, the latter is unforgettable. And let's talk about after the kiss, because if you're present, you don't just snap out of it the moment your lips part. You stay in that bubble for a few more seconds. Maybe you rest your forehead against his. Maybe you smile without saying a word. Maybe you keep your hand on his chest or your fingers tangled in his hair for just a little longer. These moments are soaked in emotion. They're the ones that make him go, wow, what just happened? And that's not about how long the kiss lasted or how technically perfect it was. It's about how deeply he felt it. Most women are so busy wondering if they're good enough for the moment, they forget that they are the moment. Your presence, your emotional availability, your willingness to be real and raw and unguarded, that's the sexiest thing in the world. That's what gives him that giddy, heart-racing feeling of butterflies. So if you take nothing else from this entire conversation, take this. The next time you're close to a man and you share that intimate moment, don't rush, don't perform, be there. Let the moment unfold through you. Let it be honest, let it be imperfect, let it be real. Because the woman who knows how to be fully present in a kiss, she doesn't just turn a guy on, she stays on his mind long after the kiss is over. So let's take a moment to really bring this home. We've talked about the looks, the touches, the energy, and that beautiful emotional presence that makes a kiss unforgettable. But if there's one thing I want you to take away from all of this, it's this. You don't need to try to give a guy butterfly. You already can. You already do when you show up as your real, beautiful, emotionally available self. The secret isn't about being someone else. It's about being more of you, more present, more playful, more connected. It's about giving yourself permission to enjoy the moment instead of obsessing over how you're being perceived. Because when you feel it, he feels it. That's what creates that electricity. That's what makes a kiss unforgettable. Not technique, not perfection, but truth. So the next time you're with someone you like, whether it's the first kiss or the 100th, remember your eye contact, your touch, your smile, the way you lean in and feel the moment, that's your power. That's your magic. That's how you give a man butterflies without saying a single word. And here's your call to action, beautiful. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create it. Be bold. Let yourself flirt. Let yourself connect. Let yourself feel. Because the more you embrace your own energy, the more you allow someone else to fully experience it too. And if this message hit home for you, if it reminded you of your power, of how magnetic you really are, share it. Send it to your best friend. Save it for those days when you forget what an incredible woman you are. Or better yet, leave a comment telling me which moment, which touch, which insight you are going to try the next time you're in a romantic moment. Remember, you don't need to be anyone else to be unforgettable. You just need to show up. And when you do, that guy's never going to stop thinking about that kiss. I'll see you in the next one.